Hey everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 to day 3. In the very first episode of today, we talked about how to deal with your high highs and your low lows so you can always bring your best self. It was about identifying what are your fundamentals, what are your daily rituals to help put you in a place where you can handle the high highs and the low lows more consistently. Right now we're going to talk about exercise your willpower muscle. And before we go into actual how to exercise your willpower muscle, I think it's important to identify something that will help us do that. First, when it comes to identifying what are our goals, what are our passions, what's our purpose, our values, things like that, those are big, huge, lofty goals, right? So we've got new goals that we've been playing around with, new values. Actually, we're just identifying the values that were already within us. Purpose, which can be defined as macro purpose, kind of your big vision, and then your micro purpose is your mini day-to-day vision. But it's okay to dream big, okay? But don't try and change everything all at once. You're just going to overwhelm yourself and set yourself up to fail. So it's really important that it's okay to dream big, but you need to start small. You need to start now. For instance, if you haven't worked out for a couple months, and you're just a regular average person, you're not going to go in the gym and expect to be able to bench press 300 pounds. That's just crazy, right? You're going to have to work your way up to it. And the same is true with these big visions and these big dreams. You got to work your way up to it. It just doesn't happen overnight. You don't go out and just run a marathon. I mean, unless you're Chris Chittum, because he's crazy like that. But yeah, you work up to it. You train for it. And it's little by little, day by day. And to bring home the point, Rome wasn't built in a day. It was brick by brick, little by little, day by day. And the same thing is going to be true for you as you start to create an extraordinary life of purpose and passion. It's going to be little by little, day by day. And when we talk about that, we're talking about consistency over intensity then. Again, it goes back to the bench press thing. It's about consistency, about showing up every single day to do what needs to be done. So even the person out walking is lapping the guy sitting on the couch, okay? So again, the person out walking is lapping the guy on the couch. And the same is true for us. If we really want to make changes in our life, it doesn't just happen overnight, and we have to be compassionate with that. So we need to learn that it's all about baby steps. Baby steps is about consistency over intensity. And it's about working diligently, persistently, patiently, and playfully to our higher ideals, to our higher selves. And so once we've committed to that, we understand that, now we can start to work that muscle of ours, that discipline muscle, and build it up. And the way we do that is this little step process here. So how do we exercise our willpower muscle? Just like this. First, start small, like we just talked about. You got to start small, start somewhere. So maybe it's just simply 5 minutes of exercise in the morning. Maybe it's a minute of deep breathing for your meditation. Maybe that's where you start. And that's perfectly fine because you're going to start to build up that discipline muscle so you can take on more. Okay, again, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's baby steps. So you start small. You identify what's my goal, what's my value, what's the thing I'm working towards. And when you notice yourself, you need to recognize when you're off track. For instance, if your goal is to lose 20 pounds and you start to go reach for that chocolate bar, that's not in alignment with that goal. And the same is true with your values when you're trying to build that discipline muscle. Is this in alignment with my values and my truth, or is it out of alignment? So we want to first recognize and then stop. Immediately stop your actions and take a few deep breaths. And one of the ones that Jacob shared on the call, which I really like, is you count to 4 for in, like, and out for 6. So it's 4 in and out for 6. Ah, that felt good. Try it. It's really good. So again, count in 4. Out for 6. And when you breathe in, you really fill up your tummy like you're going to give birth, is what Jacob says. It's awesome. So 4 by 6. Now, that's how you actually stop it in the moment. And what you're doing with that deep breath is you're actually training your brain. You're training that willpower muscle to click in, right? So it's getting bigger. It's getting more stable and stronger so that we can start taking on bigger goals and start evolving. So maybe you rock for 30 days straight. You do a minute of breathing every single morning. Well, then you decide to up it to 3 the next month, or even just 2. And you keep doing that in consistency over time. And that's why Jacob keeps going back to, this is a long-term vision. This is way out. We're talking 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road that you're transforming your life. You got to commit to it each and every single day. It's consistency over intensity. Some other tips to include are exercise actually helps our discipline. Meditation helps our discipline, as well as sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. As you probably know, when you're tired, for me, when I'm tired, I reach for food. I reach for caffeine, I reach for sugar, all these things that are not good for my body. They don't fuel me for sustainability, they fuel me for quick fixes. When I'm more rested, I'm more likely to make good choices for myself. And then rock the morning ritual. What that is all about is that our discipline is at its best first thing in the morning. So why not start some of these baby steps as a morning ritual for yourself? So again, that's one of the reasons that Jacob talks about this, and so many great authors and philosophers and great people out there on self-help, that when you want to start a new ritual or a new habit of some sort, start in the morning. That's prime time. Okay? So we just covered exercise your willpower muscle. In the next video, I'll talk about manage your energy, not your time. I hope you enjoyed it. One take wonder here, and we'll go for round 3 on day 3. Talk to you later. Oh, hey, leave a comment. Talk to you later. Bye.